I've been playing with this Knockouts border punches from American Crafts, and as I'm also clearing out my studio, cleaning things out, I thought it'd be a good time to show you a closer look at them, take a look at them, and explain why I'm really liking them and why I'm replacing some of my border punches with some of these. I'm going to go ahead and let some of my other border punches go, actually. So this is a set that comes in this handy little box, and the box locks, which is really nice. The other really nice thing is it's not real thick and it's not real awkward shaped, and it stands up like that. So I actually have mine like this on the shelf, so it's just tucked into the shelf just like that, taking up very little space, which I love. I also love that if you go to crops a lot, if you scrapbook outside of your house, this would really easily travel. So the way it works, this piece is interchangeable and it's just like that. And all of these different punches that are in here, they have the punch mechanism, but they also have little guides. So you put these little pieces into your punch and that'll show you where you're going and where you want to punch. Now, the trick to which side goes where is this side that has, you see how it's white here, and then the incomplete side, that's the side that's going to be towards the center, towards where the punch is. And then you just set the punch in and it'll say Knockouts on the outside and go to town and punch your paper. And I've had no problem punching cardstock, punching pattern paper. You can start anywhere along a strip of paper. And then when you go to move it, you move it either side, doesn't matter. And you just want to line up your punch with wherever it was, the last one here. You want to line it up and then you just keep going on down the line. And if for some reason you miss, like let's say we were over here and I lined it up, but you see how I have a gap there? Okay, so now there's a gap in my border punch. The great thing is, as long as you keep lining things up and keeping things even, it's really not a problem. You can just go back in there. Oops, and I didn't line it back up, but normally you can just go right back in there and punch it and it would be just fine. I'll show you again because that was user error here. So you just want to make sure, again, you're just lining it right up. And you can see how great that worked out. And again, this is cardstock. I've had no problem punching cardstock or any of my pattern papers. And when you're done with it, all you have to do on the back side, that falls right out. But on the back side, you can just push on these little bits and they'll pop right out. And you can just put them right back into the container. And then you can move on and use a different one. Or if you're done, just set that back in and store it again. And these are available. You can get just this part or just singles, but honestly, I would recommend to go ahead and get the set just because they're really nice designs, number one. Number two, this is going to be easier to store for me. You know, if I was just getting one or two, it would take up just as much room. You know, if I've got my, typical traditional border punches like my old Fiskars ones that I've had for a long time, these are almost identical in size and shape and everything else. The difference is, of course, this, even the thickness of it, it's thicker, okay, than the whole closed thing. It's thicker to store. And it's kind of an awkward shape to store. So, I mean, these have a whole box. And I only have like 6 or 7 of them over the years that I've collected. And they have a whole box, whereas this is going to take up so much less room. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great product from American Crafts.